Millicent, and this is my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me. As you can see from the title of today's video, we're going to talk about the resources that I use as a freelancer to advance and to do my work. A disclaimer, this is not the gospel, this is not set in stone, these are just things that I use and I feel that you can benefit from them as well. And my focus will be more on what I do, which is content writing and social media management. So let's start with what a freelancer is. A freelancer is basically someone who offers their services to companies or individuals, and you are not employed full-time. Usually we work on service agreements, or we usually do service agreements to say for a certain period of time, this is what I'm going to do. It's like a short-term contract. So that is basically what I do. It's my bread and butter. It's my full-time job. I wasn't corporate, I wasn't agency, but I choose to come back to freelancing because it's the hill I'm willing to die on, for my own selfish reasons. But yeah, so the first thing that you will need to do is to find a niche. Knowing who you want to service is very important, because you don't want to be all over the place doing everything and not excelling at anything, because you all know what they say about Jack, and you don't want to be Jack. So pick a niche, pick something that you're good at. For example, I know that I'm exceptional at writing. I'm good, but in that writing, I'm more good at storytelling. You know, I'm more of a feel-good type of content writer than a factual. I'm not a factual writer. I'm not a tech writer. But when it comes to feel-good brand stories, how you plug, I'm the person to go to. I know that I do exceptionally well with sensational writing. So that is the type of writing that I do. And when I do market my writing, I focus more on that because it's something that is a strong point, and I know that I can do it even in my sleep. It's something that I'm confident in. And no one wants to hire a freelancer who's not confident in what they're doing, because already hiring a freelancer is like still very new to a lot of people. So you need to be someone that they know, oh, this person can do this, and they can see examples of your work somewhere, which I'll get to that somewhere. I have scripted notes here, so I'm just going to be going through them. I will not be saying them in any particular order, so I'll just be mentioning them as I've written them, so you can just pick which one is important to you and what not. So the second thing that you can do, go on Google and search Google courses for free or Google Garage. That's where you're gonna find free courses that you can take on different things. They have courses on IT, like the languages, the Java, the Python, whatever they are. They have courses on sociology, they have courses on digital marketing, they have courses on almost everything. So you can find courses there and study whatever that your niche is, and start using that knowledge to better yourself. Do some practice. They have like some demo accounts you can use, some demo work that you can actually use and get to understand the practicality of what you want to offer to people. And also there are also a lot of United States universities that offer free courses online, and some of are paid for. I did a paid course for social psychology. So I did a paid course for that. I still haven't paid for my certificate because I don't see why I need to pay for it, because now I know the knowledge. And I did psychology because I wanted to get into the head of a consumer, because you need to write for your consumer, not for your client, even though your client is the one who's paying you. But that's a topic for another day. So you can study a lot of courses online for mahala, for free. All you need is your phone, some data, and Wi-Fi. And I'm pretty sure you have the both of them, because you are watching this video right now. Another thing that you need to do, subscribe to newsletters. I know we don't like subscribing to newsletters, but subscribing to newsletters of people in the same industry as you want to penetrate or you are in, subscribing to companies that offer the services you want to offer as a freelancer is very important, because they gives you insight. You get to know what the trends are, you get to learn the language, the lingo, like you almost get in the head of your competitor. So you use that knowledge for yourself. I have subscribed to 1,000, like a lot, not 1,000 obviously, but quite a lot of freelancers, small businesses, even the ones that I want to service one day. I've subscribed to them so that I can see, like, I can spot loopholes in what they're doing and obviously approach them with improvements, So subscribe there for your own good. Now that you know which industry you want to be in, which services you want to offer, it's very important that you start networking as soon as possible. And I suggest that you go for aggressive marketing or networking, whichever one you prefer to do first. I did them simultaneously. I mainly use LinkedIn, and I mainly use LinkedIn. My Instagram is just for my personal vibes. I don't use Instagram for business. Instagram for me is like my safe harbor. That's where I want to have the fun. But I use LinkedIn all the time to market the services that I offer. I give my opinion, I participate, I am visible. I am active, I am heard, I am known on LinkedIn within my connections. I think I have 4.1K connections on my LinkedIn, and I do my best to connect with them, to respond to their DMs, even though some are like unnecessary, but I still do that. I respond to their comments on my text. And also, having a LinkedIn profile is one thing, but you need to keep it updated and alive. The same way you're active on WhatsApp, you need to use LinkedIn the same way. And for any social media network to work for you, you need to be active, and you need to build a community within that network. You know, for example, some people know that they mention me when it's spoken about writing, because they know I comment more on writing. I have more insight and knowledge and expertise on writing, you know. And you want to penetrate that market, you need to participate, even if it's just questions, even if it's just like a congratulatory message or a compliment to whatever they've written. Just be visible and learn, because LinkedIn is an open school. You get to read a lot of articles that people publish. I, for one, used to write a lot of articles back then, but now I don't, because I'm more focused on my blog. But you need to be active and be seen, be heard, and be known. Another thing that you need to do as a freelancer is to have an online portfolio. An online portfolio is basically your CV, but it shows examples of your work. Most people in the media, PR and comms industry who went to school between 2010 and now, they have done portfolios at school for your in-service learning, because most, if not all, universities and colleges that offer this course, the laboratory in-service training is a requirement before you can graduate. So most of us have not, yeah, everyone who has graduated has that portfolio. So you need to create that portfolio. You actually need to pick up from that portfolio going forward, add things from that portfolio going forward. So what I used, my first online portfolio was on a site called 𝐲𝐸. I will try to find it and link it down below. That's where I did my first portfolio. But now my partner, my fiance, my partner built a website for me, because that's what he does, is into IT and networks. So he built me a proper website, like a proper legit website. That's where I put in my work, and that's where I'm also starting a new blog called Entrepreneurs Hub, but I will get into that when the time is right. Right now it's not the time for that. So you need to have an online portfolio so that people can go there and see your work. It's your walking and talking CV. People want to see it. Okay, not walking and talking, but you get my point. It's an online portfolio. If you say you're good at writing, let's see what you wrote. You know, if you say you're good at social media, which pages did you manage? Can we go see those pages? So we just need to go to website and click on the links to those things. You understand? If you've done events, please share an outline of how you did it. Obviously you can't give out everything, because we do sign NDAs with some projects, and you also don't want to give away the whole magic, because they might just do it themselves. But you need to share enough to entice your person. You need to share enough for them to say, I think I wanna work with this person. So you need an online portfolio, or you can just create one on Canva. Canva gives you, which is one of my other points. You can build a website, or you can just do a portfolio using Canva and always attach it to emails or messages that you send to people. How can you practice? You have to have an online portfolio. You can have a blog where you're gonna share everything, your journey as a freelancer. You know, share your insight, your knowledge, your expertise. Like, tell us why you should choose you from the get-go. But there are free sites that you can use to do blogs and websites and portfolios, which are WordPress, Blogger, and Wings. You can create portfolios for free, or you can upgrade to go to freelancer or small business. And note that when you're using the free version of things that have paid services for, you do not own the rights to the work. So if you have written articles, or you have written, I don't know, if you've shared, whatever you've shared on those sites is not your own work. Yeah, so that's why I opted to go for a more paid and professional portfolio, because I want to own the rights to my work, because some of my work has been published on national newspapers, so I needed that to also be visible on my portfolio. Yeah, so most sites you can use them for free, because you're still starting out, so you don't want to pay for something you don't know how long you're going to do it. But just be mindful that the work is not of your own. You do not own the copyright to that work. Another thing that you need to do, or sites that you can use to help you market your business better, you can use scheduling apps. So there are apps such as Hotsuite, later, and 𝐂𝐲 will help you with creating content and putting the content out there. Remember that as a freelancer, you are a brand, you are a business owner, you are an entrepreneur, and you are not exempted from marketing yourself. Please understand that. You need to market yourself. You are still a business. You are not yet a brand. Okay, let's quickly unpack this. A business is one that offers a service or a product. You sell, they give you money, that's it. That is a business. A brand is almost like the leader of the pack. For example, Coca-Cola is not a business, it's a brand. Because when you are thirsty, you want a cold drink, what do you say? Give me a Coke. When you want toothpaste, what do you say? 𝐋𝐞𝐭'𝐬, Colgate. But it's what? It's toothpaste. You know, when we want rice in the shop, you are going to say, I'm going to buy Tastic. But Tastic is the brand, it's not the product. The product is rice. So you become a brand. To become a brand, you need to put in the work in your brand positioning and your brand imaging. Please put in real effort. And I think that's where most small businesses break, because they do not invest in their brand image and brand positioning. But that is a topic for another day. So back to marketing yourself. There are apps that you can use that can help you schedule or create content, and also apps like on Canva, guys, you can create everything and anything. You can start a CV revamping company, you can do media kits for influencers, you can do social media content, you can do anything. You can do postcards, you can do branding, you can do email. On Canva, all your marketing needs can be met. But the thing with Canva, you need to learn how to use it. You need to explore. You don't need, like, Canva does the work of Photoshop. Like, Canva is the child of Photoshop, of Adobe Editor. That is the child. That is Canva. You can use it. It also has paid plans which give you more access to images. But I still, 2 years later, I still use the free version because I haven't needed to use the paid promos, the paid plans. So I just don't see the point. You can also use sites like InShot and iMovies for your videos, video editors. You can just go on the Play Store and literally just search tools for small businesses, tools for freelancers. They will show you multiple. You have invoicing systems. Look, when you have a phone and data and the drive and the knowledge and the expertise, you can become a freelancer. I'm not gonna lie, you can become a freelancer. But getting clients, I don't know if you can get them, but I'm just saying to you, resources to start are out there and they are free, and most of them are easy to use. You can learn them. Like, if you can use Lightroom to edit your Instagram videos, babes, you can. Canva will be like a small child. A small child will be like a small line beginner for you. Not be big, be a small child. So also the last thing, okay, not the last thing, but almost the last thing to help, because this is one thing I personally struggled so much with: pricing. Learning how to price as a freelancer and a new freelancer in the industry, babes, was a pandemic on its own. But now I have learned through trial and error and through mentorship how to use pricing. So what you can do is follow Suffering. I don't know what they're called. I will type them somewhere on the screen. It's basically the South African Freelancers Association. So you can register there, or you can just, I haven't registered because I want to pay the membership. 500. I want to pay my 𝐬𝐸𝐾𝐬. So, but I subscribe to the newsletter and I have access to the rate stores. So, you can follow them on social media. You can go to their website and check them out. They have a pricing guideline to show you that with so many years you can charge this much, with so many years you can charge this much, with so many years you can charge this much. And also, this is where your portfolio comes in place, because if they are going to suggest that for writing, for example, we charge 3.50 per hour, or we charge 2 rands per word. I charge 2 rands per word because I've been in the industry for long. If you're starting today, you're probably going to charge like 1 rand. But if you have a good portfolio, you can charge 3 rands, and your portfolio should justify why you charge that much. You understand? Like, being a freelancer is basically, it's activity also wrong, but it's something that people work with you based on your past. Like getting a job, getting a job is difficult. It's like being an influencer. You need to have a rate card. That's it. As a freelancer, you need to have a portfolio. If no portfolio, ain't nobody gonna trust you. So yeah. So follow them for pricing. Don't ever undercharge. If someone says that it's too expensive and you try to negotiate it down and they don't take it, leave them alone, because what you don't want to do as a freelancer is to work 8 hours and get paid 2 hours. We don't want that. Remember, you are charging people for your time and your knowledge. You are not charging them for the days. No, you're charging them for the time. Because, for example, at a workplace, they will say in a day, you get 200 per day. Understand? It's a day you work the whole month. You are guaranteed salary at the end of the month. As a freelancer, you charge hourly. Please don't do this thing of saying when now you're going to have a flat rate. Flat rates are good when you have retainer clients. But when you're starting out, don't have flat rates. Use per hour, and don't use per word for writing. Use per hour, because per word the requirement, and then you write, and then they enlarge it on their own day by their side. Nope, don't do that. You charge hourly. You can have flat rates once you have retainer clients. For example, I have an agency I've been working with since 2019, so I do use a retainer, like a flat rate with them on certain projects, and some projects are still paid by, like, that. Need to quote them, and they can choose whether to use me or not. Just because of a good relationship doesn't mean I have to go broke. Okay, yeah. So don't undercharge and don't overcharge, and don't be scared to ask other people how much they're charging, how charging works. Do your research, because the biggest thing, guys, research is important. Do your research so that you can get robbed, or you rob other people. And also there are sites like Fiverr, Upwork, and freelancer.com, where you can register and bid for jobs. Personally, I don't use them because I just find them tedious and a lot of work, because I have to write multiple proposals, so I'm just not about that life. And another thing, don't work for exposure. That's just it. Just because you're starting out as a freelancer doesn't mean you have to work for exposure. Don't let people say work because it's going to be good for a portfolio. Don't do that. If you want to build a portfolio, like I said, build an online site, either a blog or a website, or I don't know, just build something online for free and put whatever you know there. That is evidence. Don't work for free, because if you're working for free, your rent, will your must then say, yeah, you won't tell me, like, people don't tell their landlords, I'm staying here for exposure, so people know that I stay here. No, they're staying there, they pay rent. When if you're going to be a freelancer, someone's going to hire you, they must pay you their money. That's all I got for you as a freelancer. That's what I'm going to say. Don't work for mahala. Anyway, guys, I hope that from all this blabbing around, you got some valuable information in that. Like, 𝐿𝐾𝐿𝐴, some things is important that can help you become a freelancer. And also, you can hit me up if you want me to help you to start your career as a freelancer. I promise you, I won't charge you an arm and a leg. I might not even charge you, I don't know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with other kids. Please share the video, guys. My biggest wish right now is that for our channel to get to 200 followers by the end of March. 200 followers, please. So please share, subscribe, like, comment, look, do the things. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next upload.